Well, it's not looking good, Nora. The seeds we started didn't make it, and it's way too late to start them again. I don't know what to do.
Hey, Dad, what about Plan B?
Plan B? Now you're thinking. That's perfect. Hello and welcome to Sproutlogic Gardening. My name is Mike.
And my name's Nora.
And today, well, we have to start all over again. The seeds we tried planting didn't work out. In fact, most of them died off. And for the spring stuff, it's way too late in the season. So what do you do from here? Well, what are you thinking about that Plan B?
Yeah.
What are we going to do for Plan B?
We should put new plants in.
New plants in, exactly. So what we ended up doing is buying starters or plants that are mainly grown. Purpose of this, of course, is that again, it's way too late in the season to start over again. So seeds wouldn't make it. We don't want to have a bunch of blank spaces either. That simply wouldn't work out. So what we're going to do is we're going to plant some starters and some fully grown plants to fill in those spaces. This way the garden isn't completely empty. Now I know, those of you that are traditionalists who like to plant seeds, and me being one of them, by the way, it hurts, right? It hurts a little bit to do that, but ultimately you have a choice. You either leave those spaces completely blank until your summer crops come in, or you plant some stuff now that is already ready to go. And in this case, I think we're going to start some stuff now. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So let's go over and take a look at what we have. Yeah, so unfortunately, it's been a rough season. We're basically dealing with crazy swings of temperatures. We hit new records. It was 90 during the day and dropped down to around 30 at night. Absolutely brutal, which wiped out most of the seeds and stuff we had planted. So instead of choosing to have empty gaps, well, we're going to plant stuff, get it in the ground. You know, I have lupin in this bed. Originally I had 3, only 1 kind of made it. Not really, unfortunately. I mean, it's already too late in the season. It's the end of March. It's just not going to make it. So Nora, what do you think? You ready?
Yep.
All right, let's start doing this. So what we need to do is move some mulch out of the way. So we're going to push it off to the side. So just help me just scoop it off to the side a little bit here. There you go. Perfect. And scoop it off to the side. There we go. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to take my gloves off. We're going to pop some of this stuff out.
Okay.
So do me a favor. Now be careful. We have a water line in here going around. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to have you dig a little hole right here. Now remember, we want to keep the mulch away from the dirt. So when you put the dirt down, put it over here. So dig a little hole. And yeah, so we're going to use these starters basically. There's no point to just keep everything empty. That'd be very silly. And so instead, we're just choosing to fill in what we need. So I know when it comes to using starters and stuff, there's 2 camps like I kind of joked about earlier. There's people who are like, no way, I'm going to use seed only. If that doesn't work, it's not going to happen. Well, that's basically choosing to not have anything, which we don't want to do. Okay, so I'm going to just dig a little bit more here. Got to make sure, see how deep that is? So
beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Look at all the roots.
I know, look at all the roots. This is how the plants eat. And of course, as we know as gardeners, we want to make sure that it's not root bound. Now, root bound means, Nora, that it would be wrapped entirely and it would almost be like covered in roots. We don't want that. That's a bad thing. So this one's not root bound, which is good. So we're going to place it down in the hole.
Can I do?
Yep, and you're going to put the soil, careful, not just the soil. Yep, go ahead. Put it around. Exactly.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. I agree.
That.
We're going to do another one, I think, right here. So I'm going to help dig this one out. But yeah, essentially, you know, we don't want to have empty spaces. It doesn't make any sense in a garden like this, right? I'd rather have something. A nice thing about this particular one, which if you all recognize it, of course, this is a petunia. This is going to go all season. So nice thing about that is we don't have to worry about it dying off after spring, Nora. We'll be able to have flowers. Yeah.
What does it look like when it's all rooted?
When it's all rooted, you mean when it's grown?
Like you.
Oh, root bound. So basically what you'd see, you saw those little white roots?
Mm-hmm.
They'd be wrapped around it entirely. So it'd be completely covered in the roots and the bottom. That means that it was in there for way too long. It's going to be a pretty sad plant. It's not going to be happy. And we don't want that, right?
No. Can I dig?
Yeah, you dig a hole right there for me. So yeah, I mean, the idea here is we're going to fill in these blank spaces the best we can with some flowers to make sure that we have something for the season, something to enjoy, and that we're not losing that time because, well, I could start seeds a little too late. So, okay.
Tried my best.
Oh, you're doing a great job, actually. Let's get another one in, then we're going to move on to a bigger plant, I think.
There's a bunch of bees out here.
There is a bunch of bees.
I'm going to use my hands a little to...
Bees are okay, though. They're our friends. Ooh, this one's kind of sad.
Oh, no. Is it root bounded?
It's a little... Well, it's not root bounded, but the top is kind of a little floppy. That's not good.
Oh, no. What should we do?
Well, we're going to just try to make sure it stays up as best we can. It's about all we can do.
My daddy is so good at YouTubing.
Oh, you're being silly now.
What?
Hmm.
And if you know how to fix
Now this one we're not going to be able to use, unfortunately. It looks like it popped out.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's not going to make it. So this guy, it happens sometimes with the starters. That one, unfortunately, it wasn't settled properly. It looks like it's separated from the roots ahead of time, which when that happens, that's no good. We can't have that.
Oh no. Sad. We can make another flower of this. We can put it in our dirt, or we'll be
We
back.
can try to do something else with it. Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Whoa, roots.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
Never seen roots. I'll put it right here. I've been in the other season, right?
Other season? What do you mean?
I thought you had seasons.
No, this isn't a show exactly. Well, you know, it's just more of a channel covering the gardening stuff, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, Nora, I think we'll keep going, and we'll show them the end result. What do you think?
Yep.
Let's do it. So my little helper, Nora, unfortunately had to run. She's not a big fan of bees, and we have these carpenter bees that kind of live around here. So that's okay. She helped me get a couple flowers in the ground. I'll see if I can get her back out here to do some more. But the idea behind my plants that I picked, and I have more to show you, of course, you know, the petunia gives us something all season long. It isn't annual. It'll die off at the end, but that's okay. It'll give me flowers from now all the way into late summer and probably into fall. The ranunculus is something that I know is going to be a springtime flower, and this will be gone by probably late April, early May, depending on how hot it is. Again, with the season, and I'm sure a lot of you are dealing with the same thing, it's been absolutely brutal having these huge swings, and a lot of flowers, even really tough ones like these, will struggle and die in those kind of conditions. When you go from 90 to 32, I mean, that's a massive swing. And then that's essentially what's wiped out most of my seedlings. They simply couldn't survive and deal with it. So, you know, I tried starting seeds multiple times to make up for it. It just didn't work. So I'm going to get planting. I'll get the rest of these in here and give you a final shot. And then we'll kind of talk about some parting thoughts with this whole thing. Wanted to give you a quick tour of what's been done, just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So you see I basically filled in the blank spaces I knew that weren't going to make it. What I thought was a lupin seedling, by the way, was actually a weed. I mean, again, perfect example of just pivoting. So this is one bed taken care of. This is bed number 2 taken care of. So there is some chamomile that I have that should be flowering this year. I want to toss something else in there just for a little bit more action, so it wasn't just filled. And then this is bed number 3. So I do have a couple of these sweet pea flowers that made it in the back there. One did not. I don't know how well they're going to do considering how warm it is, but we're going to find out. But as you can see, the beds are filled now. A couple things to look out for when you're purchasing plants like this. Number 1, that they're not root bound. Number 2, they're looking healthy. So you want to make sure there's no any kind of mold or anything strange on there that looks bad. Those are plants you want to avoid. And of course, one last piece of advice I'll give you is make sure you deadhead them. The more you deadhead them, the more they're going to last. And that gives you a much longer season. Now, of course, don't forget to label your plants. Don't repeat the same mistake I've done in the past. It's really fun trying to figure out what you planted after the fact. And then give it a good watering for your plants as well. Make sure you water them into position, making sure you give them the greatest chance of success off the bat. And then lastly, you'll notice I did actually put mulch down. I didn't show it in the video, but mulching is really important to save moisture. So I was able to get Nora back out here. The bees like to hang out over by the fence, so we're far enough away they shouldn't be a bother. But, I mean, you've seen my other videos, of course, folks, and I had that one winter garden planning. And at the end, I'll say the same message to them that I said now, which is, it's great to have a plan. I think it's absolutely necessary when you're gardening. But be ready to change. Be ready to pivot. That's the purpose of it, right? You have an outline, but still you're able to change and move along. If I just gave up, I'd have mainly empty beds, unfortunately. The weather's been brutal and crazy. We've had huge swings in temperatures. I've been dealing with pests that are really early in the season. Typically, I don't see them until summer. I'm dealing with them now. So that's just an example of just being ready to change and pivot and to keep going. That's what gardening is, right? You work with nature, not against it. Speaking of nature, what's your favorite flower?
A tulip.
A tulip. And what color?
Purple or pink.
Purple or pink. Good choice.
But sad story. My tulips died.
Another example of pivoting, folks. You know, the tulips had reached the end of the season, and we accepted that. And while they're actually over there on the porch still going, the flowers are gone, though.
Can I show them?
Well, we'll show them a little bit later, I think.
Okay.
But just want to end it off with saying thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next video. Take it easy.